About a month ago, my older sister found out about someone who's working on a Christian comic, and she decided to show me one of her many reels of the young apostles. At the time, I didn't think much of it. To be honest, I was more like, good for you, sis. But recently, I for some reason decided to go to the author's Instagram to see if it's as great as my sister makes it out to be. And oh boy, I'm in love. Hello there guys, my name is Mia and today I will be ranting about how great this comic is. So strap in and let's get into it. So you might be wondering, what is The Young Apostles? So basically, The Young Apostles will be a comic about the story of the great Jesus himself through the eyes of the top 12 disciples. Before, I didn't think of the apostles as mostly being teens or young adults, but like the great Anna Miriam Brown pointed out herself, go follow her on Insta, that they were basically fighting on who's the greatest, which I don't think adults really do. She does say though that a few people like Matthew and Simon the Zealot she would assume to be older. So what's so amazing about this comic? Well, let me get you my list. First of all, the art style itself. Usually, when you find something that's Christian, it just looks like no one puts effort into it. So when you do find something that's put time and value into it, it just means so much. You both respect the audience by giving them something beautiful to look at, and then you also respect God by presenting His word not just as a book of rules, but as a beautiful story of love and compassion for those who are lost. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we need. I mean, I'll just give you a few seconds to take in all of these beautiful characters. Out of all these characters, two just stood out to me the most, and one of them I deeply love. So the first one I will point out is the beloved John. He just seems to be the fun, energetic guy in the group, and I love it. I love the way that in his likes, the first thing is God, and the very next thing is bullying others. Like that makes any sense. I also love that he likes making life miserable for Peter. I think it's a good choice that John doesn't like Peter, because as others have pointed out, no one else said who cut off the guard's ear except for John.
Oh yeah, that was Peter.
Now time to point out my favorite character, Nathaniel. I mean, just look at him. He is the most beautiful, sweet, innocent looking guy I've ever seen in my entire life. He's like the awkward guy, and I love it. I have a problem though. You know the fig tree Nathaniel was under? Yup. And the way Jesus said that he saw him under the fig tree? Well, this woman decided to use this storyline to put Nathaniel's wife's grave underneath that tree. And this couple were doing everything under that tree since they were kids. Why do people need to give their characters so much heartbreak? And in his relationship status, it says that he truly loved her and could never remarry. Why are you doing this to me? I will also talk about Jesus, because he is one of the most important things in the whole world. I love the way the author portrays Jesus as this beautiful dad figure to all of his disciples, which is beautiful. And I love the way Jesus loves figs just because he cursed a fig tree which didn't have figs on it. Splendid. One little thing I also appreciate is the way Satan is drawn. Usually Satan is portrayed as having red skin, horns, and hooves, but where does it say that in the Bible? In the Bible, Satan was an angel, but then he fell away. One thing I would consider though is that even Satan makes himself appear as an angel of light. So it's not like every time you will see Satan, he will look like a gooey monster. I'm just saying that it's something to consider. Now something I like that Anna did is the woman who financially supported Jesus and his ministry. Usually, when people think woman of the Bible, it is most likely a housewife whose only duty is to feed, look after children, and stay quiet. But we can see with certain Bible characters like Deborah and Esther that's not at all the case. In fact, Jesus said himself that it was better that Mary chose to listen to the word instead of helping out in the house like Martha did. The author also did something that I think is really cool. In the Apostles, there are two Judases, Judas Iscariot and Judas also known as Thaddeus. But instead of telling you clearly who is who, you will actually not find out until the betrayal is done, which is such a clever concept. And I know what I will say next might be upsetting to some, but I want Judas too to be the betrayer. I mean, just look at him versus him, and one of the second Judas's likes is being the center of attention. I'm sorry, but like, why would you root for a guy like that? But the problem is, I already know that it is the first Judas. And you might wonder, how am I so sure? In one of the reels, it shows that one of them will betray Jesus in a hood. But when you look closer, is that blonde hair? And who has blonde hair? You guessed it correctly. The first Judas. I'm 99.9% sure that that's the case. And you know what the best part about the whole thing is? It is free. Yep, you heard me. Anna Miriam Brown will be publishing The Young Apostles in early 2025 on a website called Webtoon so that anyone can read it. If you're watching this, Anna, I really want to thank you for giving so many people this beautiful gift. I, and for sure many others, appreciate your generosity. Now that I'm done with ranting, I'll just talk about what I'm drawing. So as you can see, I am drawing my two favorite characters, Nathaniel and John, interacting with each other. So basically the story I'm telling is that John, being John, decided to bully poor Nathaniel by jumping over him, putting him into a headlock and rubbing his head. But Nathaniel, being himself, doesn't give out about it and just deals with it to avoid any possible drama. By his expression, you can clearly see that Nathaniel is fed up with John's behavior. And by the way, I didn't even notice, but I'm starting to get the hang of drawing hands. I also wanted to give the plain background the same grainy texture the author gives to hers. I think it's so funny though, cause I was thinking about making a video about this, and then behold, just a day or two later, Anna makes a fan art contest. Don't you call that perfect timing? And there you have it, the final art piece for The Young Apostles. Do you like the final drawing? Tell me in the comments! And also please tell me what you think about this Christian comic. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.